right, it should be recording. I do believe. There we go. All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome to Career Plug. This is going to be exciting because this is all the new and improved dashboards, system. Everything has changed within Career Plug. So we're going to walk through the different settings, the different tasks, and then from there, I'll walk you through a job as well as walk you through some applicants, show you a couple of insights on new ways to do a few things, as well as reports. The report side, the new report side is actually really nice. So everything that they've done, yes, it's changed. Our focus, our eyes, everything's kind of moved. But again, they've done it quite well, and it's actually a really great job of how they performed all their new updates. So with that being said, you guys can ask questions in the text box as we go through. Just go ahead and ding me. I'll pull it up and at an appropriate time, and I'll stop. And then again, I'll also stop as we go through each section and ask for questions, and you guys can take yourself off mute and go ahead and ask a question. So with that being said, I'm going to start off by doing the code of care. So with the code of care, we show that we care by putting the needs of our customers first, by always having a positive and helpful attitude, and by treating everyone and everything with respect. By living our code of values, we enjoy life in the process. So again, welcome. All right. I'm going to open up another page so I can look at my agenda. As we go through, I just want to keep aware of everybody. For those of you that don't have a pro account, I would strongly suggest you to get a pro account. All the options that we're going to look at today are not included in basic. Basic is basic for a reason. If you have a basic account, the only thing you're going to be able to do is to go ahead and create jobs with the actual job postings that we have available for you. And then you actually have to manually post them to different sites. We give you links to those, but again, it's a lot more work. Also, it's actually more expensive in the long run. So again, with the pro account, it's $495 your first year and $450 each year after. So again, I strongly suggest every single person to do a pro account. Within the actual job side, it actually also is, the pro side also gives you the onboarding, which is all HR. And I'll get to that and I'll show you where the tab is, but obviously we won't go into it too much today. So with that being said, let's cruise through. This is what we're seeing when we're first coming into the site. This is our dashboard. The dashboard is all new and improved. I use April Williams. I use her site quite a bit. Her operations manager, he actually comes into Career Plug every single day. Typically in the later part of the afternoon. He hasn't been in yet, which is really nice because it shows us that there's active jobs. Typically when he comes in, he automatically goes through everything, and then he deactivates people and sends them a deactivated email saying, sorry, at this time we're not going to hire you. So with that being said, I'm excited that he hasn't been in here yet. He doesn't even know that we're in here. So again, as we look through the dashboard, you have brand new, a whole brand new process. So up on top, you'll have new applicants in process, active jobs, and jobs needing refreshed. So again, you have all of this toolbar up top that's going to help you as you go through the page. Coming down, on the right-hand side, you have the help. This is where you're going to find the help desk. You can watch webinars, you can visit the help center, or you can contact support. Again, there's so many webinars, there's so much great information and resources for you guys for recruiting, retention, everything. It's all within the help center. So again, click on the help center and this will take you directly there. As we move down the list, we're going to look at applicant flow. This is a brand new idea within Career Plug, and I truly love it because as you look at it, it shows you every single day throughout the whole month, and it shows you just the actual 30 days itself. So it's going to show you 30 days back, and it's going to show you exactly how many applicants have been applying. So And this is total applicants. So depending on how many jobs that you have out there, if you have 1, 2, or 3 jobs or 4, it's going to show you the total applicants for all of those jobs. So again, today already, or actually yesterday, 4:30, he had 3 applicants apply, of which they're in process. He hasn't inactivated anybody yet. As of the 4:29, he did inactivate 1 person and then sent 3 through the next process. And I'll show you guys that as well. Recent activity on the right-hand side. This is also quite nice. Again, this is your dashboard. So you walk through, and the recent activity, if somebody has completed a personality test like they have right here as of this morning, or actually 12:45, that was just a few minutes ago, this gentleman went ahead and completed the personality assessment. This is going to let you know everything. And again, this is crucial. We need to be as quickly and motivated on bringing these people through the process quickly and getting them into work quickly. That way we don't lose them. All right, so again, as you cruise down the dashboard, it's just going to give you more. You can also view all of your current recent activity. Any questions on the job board right now? Anybody? Nope. All right, we're going to cruise on forward. Jobs up on top left-hand corner. We're going to start dashboard, and then we're going to move right into jobs. We'll go into applicants, and then we'll go to reports. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the job side. To add a job, there's a plus sign in the upper left-hand corner, just like LMN, which is quite nice. You'll see the plus signs. That's to add anything, correct? So with that being said, they currently have 2 jobs listed. You can look at refreshed. There's no results because they're active, meaning that there's no jobs that need to be refreshed. You can look at closed jobs, which they have quite a few. And of course, more, which shows draft or passive. I'm going to stay with active currently so we can get into one of these. In fact, I was playing around in their system yesterday. So when we click on one of these jobs, you'll actually be able to see that I played in here a little bit yesterday. We're going to go ahead and click into lawn maintenance technician. All right, so with that being said, it's going to bring up more data. The data is crucial in understanding all of your applicants. This is, again, a fantastic piece. So it's going to show you the actual job itself on the upper left-hand corner, when it was active, and of course, location, which is very nice, okay? You can share it on the upper right-hand corner. If you want to share it manually, you can do that. You can edit it, or you can close it. Closing it meaning just close the job down and activate it. You can also edit it at any time. So that's the edit screen to get in and change or add questions or anything within the job itself. As we look down, we have current of 80 applicants. New applicants 0 currently because he automatically goes through. In progress, we can actually view the details, and hires is 1%. So as we cruise down, the in progress is the lighter tabs, and the inactive, which you see here, are the ones that he has already inactivated. You don't see in progress all throughout here because the ones that currently were already in progress, a week ago, he's already pushed through the system, and if they didn't work out, he already deactivated them. Or inactivated them, I should say. All right, moving down the list, you can see recently active candidates on the left-hand side. This is really nice because you can follow along with your process. If somebody is brand new, they're going to pop up at the top of the list and say, you have a new applicant. Here's his name, what stage they're at, meaning they just applied, and then last action, meaning what happened and when was the last time they touched the system or you went ahead and touched their profile. And then you can go ahead and view their profile. Again, activity shows right here. So this is nice as well. It actually shows that I was in their system yesterday playing around. I haven't gotten called on it yet, so that's a good thing. We're going to actually go to recently active candidates, and I'm going to actually show you a profile. So we're going to open this. Here is a profile for an applicant. The nice thing about this is that it shows you everything of their information at the top left-hand corner, their name, when they applied, where they applied from. Then this came from Indeed, their location, their email address, and their phone number. Again, this is really nice to be able to have individual applicant dashboards and to follow their process going down. So as we look on the right-hand side, there is their resume, which is fantastic to have while you're looking at all of their everything on the left-hand side, meaning their applicant evaluation, scorecards, documents, or all activity. All right, so I'm going to scroll down. Look at their resume is really nice to have right here. I always ask you guys to make sure and check mark the box for please asking for a resume or requiring it. As we look on the left-hand side, we're going to actually look at the overview, and I'm going to show you a little bit here. When you actually look at the tabs, right now this one's green, so currently they're on the phone screen, right? And it's scheduled for actually 1 o'clock today, so he's currently on this phone call with this individual. So I'm going to actually start at the top with review and just hitting the down arrows. And this is where you can actually view pre-screened responses in the review, meaning I'm going to hit the arrow right here, and it will open it up for us. Meaning this gentleman has a personality test. You can view it. The forms for the background check has not been completed yet, but he has been sent the form. And then down below is how he answered the questions on the actual application. This is really, really nice to have this at your fingertips. Again, view personality assessment report. You can view it. I'm going to go ahead and click view. And this actually shows the candidate's actual scores right here. And then down below, it's going to show his strengths chart. And as we scroll down, it's going to actually give you an assessment overview. And it's going to actually let you know and understand what this person and, as you read through it, it's going to be well defined on who this person is, which is really, really nice. Again, you can print it. You can print it without benchmarks. I would always print it with for the individual if you hire them, and you can therefore you can move forward with benchmarks and grow that individual. All right, so we're going to go, and I'm going to close out of personality assessment. I'm going to come back to the overview again. As we go backwards, the assessment. So for instance, we clicked down on here and we were able to see this. All the information from start to finish, typically where you are is going to be shown. But again, if you just want to go directly to the assessment, you can hit the arrow, and the arrow is where the actual information or the data is housed. Okay, the arrows are where they are. Phone screen, for instance, he's on a phone screen right now. He's going to actually complete a scorecard and create information. The reason why I know this is he's very diligent on quite a few people, and he fills out notes very well. And he wants to be able to make sure his process is followed 100%, meaning their operations manager. All right, so applicant evaluation. I'm going to click on to go next. This actually shows you all their information. Scorecards. This shows you their actual scorecard. Currently, it's a draft. He's actually working on it. I'm not going to mess with it because I know he's in it right now. And so again, James is creating the scorecard for the phone screen. Documents. This is going to house all their documents. So this houses their resume. Once he completes the background check or any other kind of forms they request of him, they will show up here as well. And then, of course, all activity. And this just shows you a step-by-step process of your communication and emails to the actual applicant. So you can view details. I'm going to click just one of them and bring it up. And this just shows you the direct email. All right, so as far as that, I'm going to go back to applicants. Does anybody have any question on the applicant side right now? It's pretty neat. So the thing is that I want you guys to play in it as much as possible. You're not going to break it. Hiring people is no longer as easy as it was in the past of just clicking the thumbs up. You actually have to go through this actual steps. So you want to go through the steps. That way you create all your data. Okay. So the steps are crucial to actually pulling full data. All right. We got some good music in the background. We're going to go back to jobs. I'm going to click back on the job link. So again, this just shows you the 2 jobs that they currently have. I'm going to actually create a new job. I'll delete it later on, but right now I'm going to create a job using a job template, and I'm going to show you, I'll do an office manager position. I'm going to show you guys what the different look is and the step-by-step process. The nice thing is as you see at the top right here, job posting, applicant evaluation, hiring settings, and onboarding settings. It literally walks you through the steps as you go through each page, which is a really nice feature. So again, where are you hiring them from? What city? Put in all your information. The job posting. Again, the description, you can add in extra forms of description if you want, or you can take some away. It's completely up to you guys. What type of employment, desired experience, all of this stuff is still here. And then you click on next section. Obviously, I'm going to leave a lot of fields blank. Oh, and it's not going to let me. All right, we'll go Waco. We're going to create a job for Waco. They're going to be thrilled. I did this the other day too. All right, next section. All right, here is the pre-screening questions. The nice thing about this is you guys can add questions. The old system, it showed all in one page, and now it's much more broken down. So again, you can add questions as from the actual library, or you can create a pre-screen question yourself directly. Again, there's multiple questions you can ask. If you like, in fact, I'll go back to one of the jobs that she has posted. They have about 10 questions that they ask, and that's to be able to filter through the actual applicants. So I'll go back to where you guys can take a screenshot or a picture of some of the questions that they asked. So here in a second, I will go back to that. All right, again, if it's a position that's higher than a team member, I would always suggest to do a personality assessment. If it is an office position or somebody with a general manager or a production manager, I would also include the math. Okay, so it's as easy as just clicking it and it turns on the actual personality or the math, okay, or both, like I have chosen. I'll go next section. All right, hiring process. This is just, they've set up their hiring process in their settings. I suggest all of you guys go into your settings and set up your hiring process as well as activating onboarding, because this all filters through. It's all a one-step process now, which is really great. Forms, they have here background check request form and non-disclosure, non-compete. Again, if it's a position higher than a team member, typically most people will actually activate the non-disclosure or non-compete. If they're a lead, once in a while, certain owners will not, but once it comes to production manager or a general manager or an install, any type of management position, then you're gonna, most people do ask for the non-compete. All right, permissions department, we have all the departments broken down for you guys. So you can, obviously this would be office staff. And then the hiring manager is April. We know that. And then we can go next section. All right, here, Robin is actually their office manager. So we're not looking for a new job for Robin, but she is the actual office manager. So she is in charge of the primary onboarding checklist. And again, that's over on the actual onboarding side, which I will show you before we end this call or this webinar. So go ahead and go next section. And then here, selecting job post. You can make it just an internal post. Typically, you don't want to, right? We want to make it out to all 11 sites that we utilize within CareerPlug. And do not display on my careers page. That is actually on your website. So if you want to, you can click on it and do it. I'm not going to, because this is a fake ad, and we already have a great office manager in the position. Make this a confidential job. You can do that as well. Again, I'm not going to mess with any of their settings currently. And then you just post the job. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to hit cancel, because I do not want to create this job and put it out there on any site. So with that being said, I hit cancel here. It says saving everywhere. And then on the upper left-hand corner, you can hit cancel, and that will actually cancel the job out. See, it's not even created. So the really nice part is there's a lot more to be seen within this new program. It's a lot more spread out. But again, the options and everything within the data and the details, there's a lot more. All right, moving forward, does anybody have any questions on jobs that they want me to go back and check or show you guys? Anybody? No? All right, so I told you guys I was going to go into a job and show you guys their actual their questions. So here are their questions for this job. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 on this job. I think on the other job that's below it, they have 10 or 11. So they have a couple more. This is just for a team member, and so is the other side. The other side, they just named it differently and trying to pull in a different crowd for essentially, when people create LinkedIn accounts or Indeed accounts, they put in keywords. So essentially, when something, a job pops up with a keyword that they have utilized, for instance, as maintenance or landscape, it will pop up this job and say, hey, so-and-so is hired in your area. Are you interested in applying? And so for them, they actually have created this landscape maintenance team member job, and then they've also changed the title on the other side to try to pull in more people. So you can do that as well. Realize the actual words that you put in your title, that's where the actual keyword indicators come from for your applicants, okay? All right, so you guys can take a picture of this, kind of see how they do it. Do you hold a valid driver's license? Are you at least 25 years or older? The reason why they ask for 25 years or older, it's not for, it's strictly for insurance purposes, 100%. Our employment process requires an in-depth background check. Are you willing to proceed? If they say no, then it automatically disqualifies them. If they say no on a valid driver's license, it automatically disqualifies them and sends them a disqualified email, which is very, very nice. So that way you're not having to go through so many steps of having to say, no, this person's not good. Now I'm going to go send them a disqualified email, plus I'm going to deactivate them and move and have so many steps. Now it's, if it's a fast track and they say no, it automatically sends them the email and inactivates them. And again, it just goes through questions of DUIs. Are you legally allowed to work? Are you applying for this job just to fulfill your unemployment requirements? Again, if they say yes, it automatically deactivates them and sends them the email. All right. Is there any questions here? No. All right. All right, so moving forward, we've gone through the dashboard. We've gone through a job of learning how to post. It's very simple. It's just a step-by-step process, complete top to bottom on each page. Applicants. Oh, see, I have a chat. Let's see what it says. How do they handle the drug test in this process? Since that was one of their questions. So they actually have a form. So essentially when the person is hired, their onboarding forms will go out to them. And within the form, it actually shows them the location of the drug test facility. And they actually have to call the drug test facility to set up a time to come in, the actual soon-to-be employee. So that's their process. They just give them the sheet saying, this is who we go through. Please call them, schedule your drug test as soon as possible. And then from there, obviously, they get the drug test results and we'll contact the employee back or the applicant. All right. All right. So again, we went through jobs, applicants. It's really nice. If you look through and scroll down through his applicants, you can see that there's nobody just sitting here. Again, we don't want people just to sit here and be still. We don't want people to apply to a job and then have them linger. You know, there's just no reason for that. So a big part of bringing people on correctly and letting people go and letting them know, sorry, we're not going to hire you, is crucial. Don't just let them sit there. Actually send something to them and communicate with them. The system automatically does. You just have to set it up in your settings. If you have questions, go to your help desk, because there's videos, there's webinars, and there's actual step-by-step processes of how to set everything up. All right, so again, if you look down here, he has assessment pending on 2, phone screens on 2, and then again, same, and then the interview on the bottom. I'm gonna move this out of my way real quick. And I'm gonna show you Nathan Horton. This is one that I actually wanted to click into. There's a lot more data here within this gentleman. He's currently in the interview, but one thing I wanted to show you guys is when you click phone screen, it actually shows you the actual data for all of the information for him. See how it has the arrow, phone screen, doesn't have the arrow, but I know he put notes here. Well, it's scheduled for that. I saw notes yesterday. So again, send offer coming soon. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on this gentleman because there was a lot of information here yesterday on this gentleman, which was really nice. He had a great personality assessment as a 91. He's still incomplete on the background check request form. And then, of course, his pre-screen questions. I want to go back to applicant again. I'm kind of bummed because I thought that was the gentleman I clicked on yesterday with a lot of data, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was one of these two. All right, so I'm not going to click on anymore. I'm actually going to go into reports. Does anybody have any questions for applicants at this time? No? Okay. I'm going to jump right into the reports. So into the reports, this is brand new. This is very nice. We had reports on the other side, and it pulled just a few different slides, but now it actually pulls a lot of data. I do a date range of 30 days. You can go up to 60 or 90 or all. I always like 90 because this provides a lot more information and data points for us. We are currently on applicant detail, and all jobs. We can also change that to actually click on which job we're looking at, or job templates. If we just want to look at maybe landscape maintenance team member, all sources, and then 90 days and update chart, we'll go ahead and click that and have it bring up new data. So then we can look directly at a job. So currently in review, there's 23 inactive applicants, and then the actual active applicants are in purple. So assessments, there's currently 2, 37 were inactive. Phone screen, there's 13, interview 12, and hire 1 applicant. So it's actually nice to be able to see all of your data. If I go to 30 days, and I click 30 days as well and show you the difference. Here's the difference. Again, active applicants, they currently have 1 interviewing, and they haven't hired anybody in the past 30 days. Okay. Clicks applicants, here's another one. Again, I suggest all of you guys to click through this stuff. It's nice to have all jobs, all templates. I'm gonna leave all of it the same. We can see the 2 jobs that are currently active here on the left-hand side. And within them, we can see clicks or applications. So the landscape maintenance team member shows 271 clicks in the last 30 days, of which 30 applications. The lawn maintenance technician shows 160 clicks with 18 applications. So 11.3% applied, or 11% on both sides. Honestly, it's actually really nice to see that we don't have so many applicants because they're weeding through them with their questions that they're asking. And we want to be able to have this program be successful for us. So with that being said, we want to be able to utilize those pre-screen questions as well as assessments, as well as background checks to be able to weed people out, or even drug screening. A lot of people will look at that and say, well, I know I can't pass a drug screen. And then they see background check and they say, well, I definitely can't pass a background check. That's going to be one of those clicks that just sees it and then moves on, right? So that's a thing that it's crucial in our business to have more time. We already know how busy we are on our day-to-day ventures. So having this system work well for us is the key. I'm going to click on job detail. Again, it's 30 days. It shows you a graph of the job detail, the actual applicant flow. So on the 13th, when they first posted it on the 30th, started out with 4 applicants, and then the 13th looks to be the highest with, actually you can see it's pretty neat, 16 applicants. So again, you can see where the charts are hitting. Now, again, if you're flatlined on this number and you just haven't seen a whole lot, maybe we need to relook at the listing. Maybe it's the price of labor, the actual labor per hour, or if you did a salary range or anything of that nature. I would always insist on putting some type of hourly figure in there to actually weed out more people or bring in higher classification people as well. All right, let's go time to fill. Again, I truly enjoy having all of this data here. Again, it's going to help you guys understand your applicants. It's going to have you understand your jobs, how to tweak your jobs in your area. Again, some people can get away with paying $10 an hour. Some people can't in certain locations. And again, this is going to help you guys utilize the system to your best needs. So time to fill comparison. Again, if you really look at it, there's been 3 hires within a 30-day window. And it's essentially just going to tell you that again, 205 actual clicks, 3 hires, or 205 applicants and 3 hires. So a lot of applicants to weed through, but the system automatically does it for you, which is quite nice. All right, we've seen this before. We know where the applicants are coming from. And this is, again, within the last 30 days. If we extended this to 90, we might see, actually, let's go and do that. Let's go and extend to 90, hit update. Like to see if more search sites come up, which they do. So we have Facebook Jobs, Indeed, the Grounds Guides Careers, which is your website, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. So this is nice to see. In the last 90 days, it actually tells you how many came from each location. Obviously, the largest being LinkedIn, and the next one being Glassdoor, and so on and so forth. So again, this is going to help you understand where your applicants are coming from. I'm going to go back to the 30 days to see what the difference is. And the difference is that actual Facebook Jobs actually produce more within the last 30 days than anything else. And see how it weeded out all the other sides of it? So again, understand where the people are coming from at that time and truly focus on it, because again, this will help you within your marketing as well. We know that with all of the COVID that's been happening, that Facebook has been very active. So with that, you're also seeing that that jobs are actually coming from Facebook as well. All right, let's see. What's the structure for the different sites? Do they pay per posting? So no, we have 11 sites that we utilize, and CareerPlug has contracts with them. Again, yes, if you're going to Indeed yourself to manually upload an actual job, it's going to cost you anywhere from $15 a day on up, depending on how hard you want to post it and how much you want to pay for increased advertising on that. You can also send jobs to Facebook. You can also advertise them stronger on Facebook as well as Indeed. There's advertising money that you can go and push the actual applicant to the top consistently and hold it up there. But of course, that costs money on a daily basis. But again, for Career Plug, we use 11 sites. Once you post your job, say on the 1st of May, which is today, happy May Day, everybody. We go ahead and post a job. It goes to the top of every single site, all 11 sites. And then from there, as people post more jobs, it's going to filter down, correct? And then every 30 days, we're allowed to refresh the job, which then puts it back right on top. Okay, and then of course, then it filters down as more people put more jobs out there. So that's how the system is actually set up. The cost itself, we have a yearly cost, and that never changes. But you can boost your jobs on both Facebook and Indeed. Okay? Does that help? Okay, good. All right, user activity. I'm going to click on that next. Again, this is really nice. Robin is the office manager. James is the operations manager. James typically is on this site. He creates the job postings. He brings all the applicants all the way through. Phone screening, applicants screening first, phone screening second, interview, and then he actually brings them on to the hiring process. And then once they're hired, then Robin takes them through the onboarding process. So, and then April is the owner, so she's in here just very, very little anymore. She used to be in here every single day. All right, and then the last tab on reports is reports. So you can always create a new report. Again, to look at that, it's going to take a lot of work to create a new report, but again, you can do that. All right, is there any questions about reports? Again, I strongly suggest you guys go through your reports at least once a month. Just take a couple minutes to go through your reports, understand where applicants are coming from. That also might help you with your marketing task as well. Obviously, we know more people are at home, so Facebook's been very strong. So has direct mail because people are at home, right, in the past 6 weeks. So therefore, it's been more helpful. But again, just actually look at your data and become to familiarize yourself each month with that. All right. So from there, welcome. And I'm excited to show you guys the new system. And then from here, I'm actually going to show you guys where onboarding is. And from onboarding, I'm not actually going to take you through the onboarding process because that's a whole nother 40 minutes, 45 minutes typically to get through the whole onboarding side for me to show you guys. But on the upper left-hand corner, you see this plug. The plug is actually for the recruiting side. And then the onboarding side, and as we click onboarding, and it takes us over, this is what the onboarding side looks like. So again, when you get into the onboarding side and you've never done it before, it's going to show you a red bar at the very top saying, would you like to activate onboarding? And therefore you would hit yes. Okay, if you've never been in onboarding, click on the upper left-hand side, click down onboarding and create and start utilizing onboarding. This is going to create all of your tasks, all of your forms, your I-9s, your all of your information that you need to be housed that typically people make people sign. You can actually send that to the applicant and have them fill out all that information, including driver's license, everything that you need to have on hand. Have them fill out all that information and send it to you prior to start date. And that's what April and the crew does here. Does anybody have any questions about onboarding that I can help you with quickly? All right, you guys can take yourself off mute. I'm going to go back to the recruiting side for the dashboard. What's everybody think of the new system? The new look, the new feel. Janie, you like it? It's nice and clean. It's really nice. So
It is nice and clean. It's a great tool. But it's only as good as you use it.
Absolutely. Yeah, just like any dashboard, just like any actual software. Again, you got to put your time in. So does anybody else have any questions, concerns? No? Okay. Well, that's going to be it for me. Thanks for guys for coming on. And again, if you guys have questions, you can go to the help desk here. You can email me as well, and I'm happy to help. Or you can actually email your FBC. All of them can help you as well, which is really nice. So I appreciate Janie joining us. Appreciate you guys all joining us as well. Have a happy Friday and happy May Day, and take care of yourselves. All right? All right, take care, everybody. Bye.